Hi, all. Welcome to another session of Powering the Future Summit 2022. Today, the first session is on industrial track. So, the session is handled by engineer Rashed Alshammari and Thamer Alhabri. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Uh,
Mhm.
so,
It's okay.
Yeah, so they are from ABB and they are going to take a session on synchronous reluctance motor drives and their industrial applications. So first of all, I would like to thank you on behalf of IEEE for joining us today, and it's a privilege to have you with us. So to all the participants also, thank you for joining us. I hope this session will be really helpful for you, all of you. So over to you, Rashid and Tamar.
Okay. I will share my screen. Is it showing? Hello?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Is it
Yes,
showing?
yes.
Okay. Thank you all of you to being here for this industrial track. My name is Rashed Alshammari. I am a segment sales, surface sales manager in ABB for the cement and mining segment. I have a techno-commercial experience for the motor and VFD, managing the assets for motors, reliability, predictive maintenance implementer, and energy efficiency initiator with a strong experience in the cement and mining heavy industrial application. And here also we have my colleague Thamer Alharbi. Yes, Abu Laden. Abu Laden.
Good evening, all, and good afternoon, and sometimes or morning in the other areas. My name is Thamer Alharbi. I am the key account manager in ABB Motion team. Let's say in the IEEE, it is privileged to be a part of it for the last 8 years as a student branch chair in KFBM, then joining the IEEE Saudi Arabia in many areas, starting from the young professional, then a chair of the young professional in Saudi Arabia until now, 2018, and doing many experience to support the student branches and membership development in Saudi Arabia. So it is our pleasure to be with you here in the IEEE again, and especially in the Power and Energy Society, uh, because here in Saudi Arabia, exactly, we have lots and lots of energy places, and let's say in 8 years from now we will double uh, the energy consumption in Saudi Arabia. And at the same time, here in Saudi Arabia, we will move to the energy efficiency point of view. And this is our job, me and Rashid, let's say, in the energy efficiency. First of all, maybe we can jump in two areas here. As a starting, we'll go first about the energy efficiency movement. Then we'll go to the IE5, or we call it mini IEs, IE 6 and 7, 5 and 6 and 7. And we'll go about the synchronous motor also. So with these topics and how we can be more in energy efficiency for the future. Maybe you can see even on the screen, on 2050, we'll have 9.7 billion as a people, and more than it's as a let's say the economy, it will be almost double. The urbanization and automation and rise even for the life standards will be more and more, because here, if we did not utilize the energy from now, for the new generation, they will not have enough energy, because will increase by almost 20%, but the energy we should utilize it in good way. Maybe we'll start with one video to show our energy efficiency movement in ABB. As you can start.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear it, Rashid.
You hear it?
We are at a turning point.
Yeah, if you can open it.
I think it is here also again. Yeah. Sorry.
We are at a turning point. We need to cut CO2 emissions. And the most effective way to do this is to use less energy. However, we can't switch off everything. We need to produce food, keep water running, air flowing, trains moving, and ships sailing, while continuously improving the energy efficiency. With ABB drives and motors, we can do just that. We can keep the world turning while saving energy every day. This is our mission. With your help, it will become a movement. Through product innovation and sharing knowledge and insights, we can improve performance, safety, and reliability, and help drive the low-carbon future for industries, cities, and infrastructure. Together, we can progress and sustain the future of industry and humanity. We are moving forward, but with your help, we can go much further. Join us and be part of the energy efficiency movement.
Thank you, Rashid, for the video. Let's say for the energy efficiency, uh, what is the energy efficiency movement? Uh, all the stakeholders for the energy efficiency, from OEMs and the manufacturers, and even the end users, and even the companies like the cement or oil and gas companies, they can work together to have creative solutions. The second point is using the existing solution like the motors and all these heavy equipments, to utilize them and to use them in energy efficiency way. The third point, which is invest in areas that help and mitigate the climate change, and need even the government to support these points. Here, mashallah, in the Saudi Arabia, we have the SEEK and we have many energy efficiency organizations. They are there uh, to to support the energy efficiency. Here, the energy efficiency movement, it is all bringing together the stakeholder to innovate and acting for more energy efficiency. And this is our adaptive world. Together, we can make a real difference, that how we can decide our future. Who can join our energy efficiency? The academia, like universities and the research centers, technologies companies like ABB and even the others, public decisions makers, business and cities, investors, and even the private citizen, when they are using it in their homes. So energy efficiency, it is not all about me or all the companies. No, it is about even ourselves. So why you should your organization join the energy efficiency movement? Now we are in the climate change together. We are in that fight. And if one country or one area cannot support, it will collapse all of us. The second one, it is the platform to share the best practice and the white papers and even the solutions. Like here in ABB, we are using the VFDs in our motors, VFDs or VSDs or AFDs, adjustable frequency drives, and even the soft starting, even to support the motors and even generators. The third point, it is about to be connected to the other companies who they have this partnership. So all together can move together. How we can join the movement? Make a commitment to improve the energy efficiency. Share your commitment publicity. Like last month, we have here energy efficiency movement. We did it one in Riyadh and one in Khobar. We utilized the energy efficiency leaders. We had them, all of them, in one place to share their ideas about the energy efficiency and how they can participate to do more and more to utilize this energy to be even for the future. Third point, it is acting to your commitment. It is not about we will say it and we will not do it. No, we have to do the solutions. And this is how we can support. Even for your progress, you have to share it publicity. Like for example, you increase your energy efficiency, for example, 10% now, and you are planning to move it to 25. You can share it and we can support for that one. We can activate the movement further together. This is the energy efficiency. How we can join? Just write, you can search it in Google, energy efficiency movement. Just click there. There is some documents you have to fill it, and then you can join our energy efficiency. Who already there? ABB, Aruba, and even in the Saudi countries, we have Al Jof Cement, and we can have more and more, because the heavy industries, they can consume, let's say, especially the motors, for example, it is consuming almost 10% of the energy consumption worldwide. The cement industry alone, I think it is the same with the other equipment. So with the energy leaders, we can bring it. We have here a pressing issue, okay? Like the CO2 emissions from the industries and energy is 47. It will be increased over the past 20 years. 48 of all greenhouse gas emissions came from industries. So almost half of that. Industrial motors consumes 45% of the world electricity. Only the industrial motors. 99 of the CO2 emissions are from the large electrical motors, and they are in the use phase. Market forces have decayed this focus in the compliance and the product price, and now we can let's say the life cycle of the cost and the life cycle of the emissions, we can decrease it. The global population expected to be almost increased by 20%, from 7.7 to 9.7 in 30 years from now. By 240, the number of the motors will be doubled. So now we are using 48 of the electricity, let's say 47 of the 45 of the world electricity. If we double it, how much it will be without the energy efficiency? Cost of the energy and CO2 and taxes expected to be increased. Now we have more regulation on the heavy industries, even to have fines if they are not matching energy consumptions. What can we do? So this is, let's say, from my side. I will move the mic to my colleague Rashed to move forward for the points.
Okay, thank you, Abu Ladna, my colleague Thamer Alharbi. Okay, now what can we do more here? As all of us, we know that the Paris Agreement for all the countries, they agreed to reduce 75% from CO2 emission. They did it through the R&D, the 37, it can be reduced by the efficiency, energy efficiency. 32% can be implemented through the renewable energy. Then 8% can be by switching and changing the fuel, and 3% by the nuclear, and again 9% for the carbon storage units. Now, in terms of the motors and VFD, which is more the consumable and the electricity, we are within the range of the 37. If we will put our hand together, we can write the better future for the energy efficiency. And actually, this is percentage. It is same what all the ESCO companies, energy efficiency companies, they are following. First of all, they will evaluate the potential of the energy efficiency. They will implement it. Then they will implement the another source of the power supplying, like the renewables. Then again, fuel switching. That, for example, you will utilize alternative fuel for your process. And in the end, what is remaining from CO2, they will start for the carbon storage. Here in Saudi Arabia, we are, let's say, the leaders countries who start now the agreements with the heavy industrial company, especially with the cement, to have a means of understanding how we can storage the carbon and make it for the better climate. Okay, why the energy efficiency important? This is in order to have efficient engine and fly for the climate changing, because the climate is crying out. Here together as a use phases, as an end user, industrial manufacturer or motor manufacturing, drive manufacturing, we can put our hands together, and we can even starting any product can start from the design stage. The life cycle will be starting from design stage, manufacturing, use phase, and again by recycling. With our life recycle product within the ABB, it is starting same from the manufacturing and ending by the last service ABB can be provided for this product. It is life cycle ended. That's meaning in that way, ABB can take this product and do recycle the material to be reused again. Here we can mention that the 99% of this life cycle of the product, starting from the design, ending after 25 years from the use, 99 of the emission, it is during with the 20 years which the product it is, let's say, working or running. In this 20 years, a lot of CO2 emission creating by this product. Here for the manufacturing and recycling, ABB signed an agreement with Synta for recycling company in north of Europe, that we will start with our customer communicating for the old machine, instead to make a scrubbing in the way that we don't know how the company is doing. We have Stina, which is a specialized and consultation company for recycling, that we can utilize that material in our metal processing and manufacturing a new machine and supplying to the customer again. That's meaning our 98% of our machine, it's recycling. It's meaning our product more friendly environmentally. Here again, this is a 99% consume of the emission from the product in the use phase. Unfortunately, most of the people, they are looking for the initial purchase cost. They are not looking for the other factors, such kind of cost running or cost non-running. That's why in ABB we are sitting with our customer together in order to evaluate accurately what is the cost purchasing, what is the difference between the cost ownership and the cost purchasing. What's happened here with this graph? Starting from 2015 up to 2021, we have an average yearly about the efficiency ABB delivered. As you know, ABB as a motor manufacturer, we are supplying our product based on the technical specifications from the customer. And here you have in the right side the iron percentage of the iron losses, stator losses, excitation, and another. Now again, which is in the good in the graph, that we are going up for more efficient motor. That's mean the end user concept now it is changed. They are looking to have a best efficient motor in order to make a saving energy and reducing the power consumption. We have surely tangible steps. Here we can make small comparison between the traditional way, how the consultation and the end user previously thinking that okay, if you will give some design, he will tell you okay, it is good enough. But here we are saying that you need sometimes when the good enough is not good enough for the client. That means you need to specify your requirement in order to do the optimization. And this optimization, and in the end, it will be utilized your really required power consumption. Last week, we got to succeed when we sit together with our end user. We find actually he proposed to have 3.7 megawatt motor, but when we sit together and we understood the process, we discussed a lot of factors, we reduced to be 3.4. And this 400 kilowatt, we come out with a smaller frame size. It's meaning less material, it's meaning less CO2 emission for further 20 years. Let's just thinking how many carbon CO2 emission ton we save just when we sit together and we open the, let's say, the discussion as an open book, and we select the optimized solutions for the energy efficiency. In the end, both solutions are same in performance. There is no deviation. There is no compromise on the reliability. It is same reliability. Just we are more think one time in order to ensure that this is our minimum. We don't need to have it good enough for the machine, but we need to have it perfect enough to our environmental. Just think if you are going to increase 0.2 percentage efficiency in one motor 20 megawatt, the result is that you will save 100,000 USD for that further 20 years. You will save 3,000 ton CO2 over for this lifetime of this machine. And the payback, it is so short, just it is half a year to maximum 3 years. Successfully, ABB Sweden, they reach on one of the Synchronous machine that we delivered with 99.05 percentage. This has happened only because we sit again with the customer together and we understood what is the exactly required for the operation, and we design the friendly environmental machine for this application. So it is in your hand. You can take the decision for the better future, and you can save your money. We can save our climate change. Here again, we are saying that we are about one of the large machine, which we mentioned the previous slide, how it is shown in the graph with the further 20 years, how we will save 800,000 USD, and we can save 3,000 ton CO2 over further 20 years. I don't know what to say. Unfortunately or fortunately, actually, it is fortunately if we will put our hand together that the large motors, it is the medium voltage or large motors consume 10% of total electricity in the world. That's meaning if we will put our hand on the motors and in the VFD, we will succeed to save this our commitment 37 for the efficiency. Now, let's start locally here from Saudi Arabia. It is similar to or close to the Europe, that the minimum efficiency standard will be IE3. Allowance to be entered to Saudi, it is IE3 efficiency standard. As a ABB currently for the low voltage, we are in the terms of IE5, but with the customized solutions, when we will sit together with the customer, even we can deliver better, like IE6 or IE7. Here, just we are thinking about our requirement that it is not only the motors, it can be done same for the TIE. TIE, it is top industrial efficiency. The options, when you are do the selection for the transformer, when you are doing the selection for your compressor, pump, turbines, just thinking that I'm not going to have a good enough. I need to have something perfect for the client and for the environment. Now we will move further for the IE5 synchronous reluctance motors and drive for the VFD. First of all, no rare earth magnet for this synchronous reluctance design. Our main drive parts recycled and can be also again recycled, which is friendly environmental. Here we can see the difference between the IE3 standard, which is the people now even they are thinking it is within the highest efficiency, and just if you will compare between the IE3 and IE5, the losses. Here the losses we have in the top uh, for the rotor losses, then again we will have for other, then again for the stator. The good things in the IE5 synchronous motors that the rotor it is without a bar. It's meaning there is no losses in the rotor. It's meaning there are no high temperature in the winding of the stator. This is will reduce the increase the reliability and reduce the temperature for the stator. Just brief history about the synchronous reluctance motors in ABB starting from 2011. ABB launched about IE4 efficient motor. Then it was just for the general purpose application, pump and fan, and now it is even for the process performance, which is heavy industrial application. And again, now we have IE5. IE5, it is launched in 2019, but it is not for the direct online application. It is for the VFD only. Just if you think between the IE5 and IE4, you can save 20% of the energy efficiency by reducing the losses. And if you're thinking between IE5 and IE3, as we showed, it will be the difference around 40%. When you are doing this upgrade, you will save more money, you will save the energy, you will reduce the carbon emission, you will improve the reliability, and this is applicable for all the application. Again, all of this in the end, it will be saved to not only for the operation point of view, but again, it will be increase the reliability of our machine. Here we can think again, if we will have less losses in the rotor, it's meaning we will have a lower winding temperature. That means it will be increase the lifetime of the machine. It will be reduce the possibility to have red spot area in the stator and in the rotor. This design, it is magnet free rotor. It's meaning ease surface and the maintenance. There is no more, let's say, bending on the rotor bars because there is no rotor bars there. And also, since there is no rare earth in the metal, it's meaning it is environmental solution. Even if you have some applications that need to have a fixed torque, constant torque from the zero speed up to the maximum, you can utilize our VFD, which is we are saying in this application TSC, torque and speed control, that we can give you the accurate speed and the torque starting from the zero. ABB has a good and enough experience to deliver this package, motor and the drive, and this is studies. It is not just now. It is starting from 2011. Here, the a small comparison between IE5 and IE3 within VFD duty. You can see here the IE5 reach around 94.8% the efficiency. And here again we can see the graph, what is the difference between IE3 and IE5 in the industrial application. The payback, it is small, can be achieved with a maximum 1 to 2 years about this payback providing the solution. However, ABB it's providing a free of charge the calculation for the energy appraisal, and you can do your own ROI written back of investment in terms if you will select IE3 or IE5 and how much the payback, because it will be depend on the fuel cost. Just here small comparison again between IE5 and IE3 for one of the motors. Uh, we selected that it will be the annual saving around 2,200 euro. It's meaning within 1 year you will be the estimated ROI. If you are saying that within 1 year or even within 2 years, the lifetime of the motor it is around 15 for the low voltage, 15 to 20 years. It's meaning you save the energy for further 18 years, and that it will be save the cost of the maintenance. You will save the cost of the electricity. You reduce the power consumption. You reduce the CO2. And all of this again, it will give you sustainability operation for the plant, that you will just need to have these solutions from one stop shop from the ABB. They will provide you, they will do the study and provide you all the technical requirements to be installed this IE5, and to be and also we will have a reliable starting, because we can ensure to deliver any torque required from the zero speed up to the operation speed. A reliable operation, that you can reduce it or increase the speed based on your operation. There is no stop, because the reliability will be more, since there is less losses in the motor, as well as it is high efficient. That's all from our side, and now we can move further for the question and answer. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Engineer Thamer and Rachid. It was a very wonderful session. So you covered everything that that we promised. So thank you so much for taking this session, and we didn't even feel like bored
So,
or anything. So thank you so much. So we
most
have
welcome.
one question in the comment by
Okay.
Vardhan Pai. So his question is, so to get recruited in ABB, what are the things I should learn as an electrical engineering student to stand out from the rest of the crowd?
Yes, Thamer, can you answer this one?
Okay, let's say for the electrical engineers here in our division, which is the business unit, which is motion, which is for the motors and the VFD exactly. Um, we are caring here about the energy efficiency, because the motor exactly, we have millions of motors around the world. Maybe only from 10 to 14% of that motors they are connected to VFD. So with that point, we can say the solutions. You have to learn the solution about how you can do more in the energy efficiency. For example, the auditing. What is the application that it can be done in energy efficiency? For example, the HVAC system. I think it is everywhere. AC, it is everywhere. The second point about the chillers, you should have VFDs there. Any bumping of the water and the oil, any movement of the oil or the water or even the air, you should have VFD to control it. So this is the application. Maybe here and there you can see it around you. Here you have to learn these applications, what it is, how we can use the VFD, and how it can be beneficial on the motor side. This is about the let's say the VFD. Exactly, for the motors you have to know exactly the stator, the mode, the rotor, and all the equipments for the motor. If you want to be with us, let's say in the ABB Motion team, you have to know this. Let's say this is the alphabetic for the motion division. Maybe if you have something from your mind, Rashid. And Rashid, mashallah, he worked in the field, for example, in the cement companies, and he was fixing the motor. Even his, let's say, WhatsApp picture, for example, it is motor. So this is to show how he loved the motor from beginning. So this is, let's say, our.
Yeah, and now we need to love the drive that because we need to save the energy for of the. I think it's okay when you say that recruited by ABB in ABB, you need to know ABB has a different division. We are from the
Yeah.
motion, which is mainly focused on the motor, alternator, and the VFD. And there are different business units. There is some BA, which is a process automation. They will focus more about the automation and the DCS. There is electrification the division, which is mainly they will focus on the switch gear protection and others. Yeah. So it will be depend on the business unit that you are focused on it.
One added point, even to show here that these events like the IEEE and even BS or IAS or even the others, which is when you attend these events, like for example in 2016, I attended one event. I saw all the system for the electrical system in one place. For example, from the switch gears. This one only we are seeing when we were students. We are seeing these things in only in on the papers only. But when you visit the site, when you coming to this event, when you now, for example, seeing the VFD, what is that point? You can know more and more about, let's say, the electrical systems. So this is to add more. IEEE, believe me, it is connecting me to many areas here, many end users, many customers, and many sites. For the solar, we visited one time in 2016. Until now, I am remembering it. For the switch gears, for the switching between 50 and 60 hertz, we have substation here only to switch that to connect the countries. So if you did not visit and see the world, you sit only on your box. This one, it will be beneficial for you and maybe research and like that. But when you
Yeah.
come to the real life, you'll see all the systems.
You know, Thamer and ladies and gentlemen, still one of the doctor who gave me this machine, electrical machine subject in the university, still he's in contact with me because he told me, Rashid, you are in the field, you have let's say technical experience more than me. Even he's asking me, what is the last research you have it in ABB? What is the issue that you are facing daily basis with your customer or with the when you are visiting the plant, because the technical experience it is different than what we learned in the universities. As well as now all the companies, it is aligned with the global vision. We need not only think about the technical things, we need to be change our awareness to be aligned with this global trends and topics and how we can implement it in our lifestyle and how we can implement it in our work style. This is how I think we can support. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Thamer and Rashid, for answering the question. And we have Ibrahim Nasser with us. He's the track chair of this particular track. Thank you so much, Ibrahim, for
Thank you.
joining us today. So
You're
there is,
welcome, sir.
yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, it's the
And
same. I want to thank.
before Ibrahim will start, I will just add one point. one of the good points when you attend in these events and to be connected to the IEEEs, that Ibrahim asked us to join for this event exactly. So it is the network that it can be added. So now Ibrahim, maybe the first time that I saw him, even on a video, or even I never see him in the live, but when the events and the IEEE, it's connecting all the people together. So welcome, Ibrahim.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you very much, Thamer. Thank you very much, Rashid. Thank you, Stagey. I want to يعني, value the session, the information, your dedication, your time, your contribution to the event, and to enlightening the young professionals in power. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim. We have one question from Madhura Parade. So the question is, do we have opportunities to work in solar PV sector?
This one, let's say in ABB, it is not in our division, but mashallah, we have here as the country wise, we have many. The country, it is moving to for more renewable energy like the PV and the wind. We have now Domat Al Jandal and Sakaka, and let's say PV farms, we call them
Yes.
in some areas. So all these points, as in Saudi Arabia, it is moving more to renewable point of view. And if you want to know more about the project, let's say for the Saudi Arabia in the PV on let's say in the renewable energy, we have organization called REPDO, Renewable Energy Program Development Organization, if I'm not mistaken. So this one, you can know all the project in the country, even from bidding stage until the final stage.
Thank you so much, Thamer, for answering that question. So I have one question from my side. So it's a very generic question based on the current affairs. So as you know, the world is going through energy crisis. So how much it has impacted the industry and how much it has impacted ABB? What are the current, things that is happening in ABB to tackle this? So can you shed some light into such topic? It would be really great.
So
It's a very
maybe
Yeah.
generic, but maybe some question it is, we will not answer it as an ABB, but
Yeah.
as our opinion only. Okay,
Yeah.
Rashid, maybe you have an answer here, or should I go?
Yes, if it is generic, let's say, answer, then it will be diplomat. Sorry, the generic question, it will be with diplomat answer. So, as all of the people, countries, we cannot say that it is not affected. It was affected, but now the things is going up again. Everything in ABB, it is under control. We defined, and this with the energy crisis happen, it has give us the opportunity to define and close this challenge, to define another sources in order to deliver our commitment to the customer. So yes, there's some impact, but not that much impact that it will be break the relationship business between ABB and the customer. Still we are in the position to deliver our commitment. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rashid and Thamer. So it's my honor to give the vote of thanks to both of you. So first of all, thank you so much for joining us in our summit, and it was been an honor listening to you both, and the session was really impactful. So on behalf of IEEE PSYP, I would like to thank Thamer Alharbi for joining us today and delivering the session. And also, I would like to thank Rashid for joining us today and giving us a very impactful session. Also, I would like to thank you, Ibrahim, for making this session
welcome.
possible. And also to all our participants for joining us online. And I hope you have gained a lot of information and knowledge, from this session. So Thank you so much, everyone. And we have our closing. Yeah, sure, Thamer. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, yes. Here, let's say, maybe we can end with one point here. Energy efficiency. It is not only about, let's say, about the electricity alone. This is my opinion exactly. We can say we can save the water, we can save the food, and we can save even the energy. So all of these, if you save the water, you will save the energy from the other side. Because let's say in Saudi Arabia, exactly, we having Saudi water conventional. They are converting the sea water to drinkable water. This water, they did massive investment to do it for the country wise, let's say, and they are pumping this water from the area which is the coast to the main cities. So if we save that water, even, we'll save the energy. So don't lose water, don't lose food, and for all these points will come back to not losing the energy. So
Yeah.
save
It
everything
is a
that we can.
lifetime. It is a lifetime.
And it will save, let's say, the future generation, because if we save it now, it will stay for them. If we now lose the power and lose all these points, it will not be for them for the future.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Thamer. That's a very
Lifestyle. Thank you, Thamer.
Yeah, that's a very valid point. Be the change. Everything starts from you. Our own contributions to the nature as well as the energy, it matters a lot for not only for us, for also our future generation and the whole world. Yeah, thank you so much, Summer, for adding that point. Yeah, thank you all.
Finally, just for all who is attending this call, please feel free to contact me or Thamer through the LinkedIn or any contact for any subject that you need to discuss. It is our pleasure to support the people. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rashid and Tamar, for extending that support to our participants. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone. Thanks to our participants as well. A quick update about the next track. So we have our closing ceremony soon from 2:15 UTC. So kindly join us. Yes, that's the end of the session. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and see you in 15 minutes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you.
Thank you.